It's rolling. Yeah, boy!
Ho, it feels good to be back, and welcome to tonight's Plumes of Hazard. I'm Mass09, and here my co-host, Fubaka.
Living in vapor.
And the Angstful Vapor, Blanca Sansa.
Pico de Gallo.
Everyone.
Ooh, fancy cup.
Yeah, properly drinking.
Such a proper.
You wouldn't drink abalone Bauer in a Yeti cup?
Todd Aberlauer, right? This is one of my favorite more recently priced scotches, and I haven't been drinking for a while, but you asked about the glass. I don't know if I ever should this, but this is almost always on shop because I freaking love this thing. It's the Norland whiskey glass. It's a nosing glass, but it's like double insulated.
Nosing, so it's like this.
Yeah. So you don't have to do that, right? Because it's shaped like a proper tumbler, but it's still a nosing glass that you can get your
Just
little
fucking
schnoz in there.
drink this shit. It's been sitting in a bottle for how long? And you're gonna sit there and smell it? Just
That bottle was made during slavery.
Also hello to all 12 of our viewers online right now. Thank you for showing up. Last week we had the last minute bailout where we didn't have a show. Anxie was traveling, understudy was understudying, and we were going to run Brown Delegation show, but alas, we couldn't. So because we've never ran the show, so we didn't know how to do it.
So I wasn't home. That was a problem.
They know better than to give us. They know better than to give us that power because we'd have a show every night.
I
but anyway,
the viewers, do you remember Into the Ground?
Oh yeah,
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Ahmed knows how to set it up.
Yeah, I mean, we see where the reviewers queue is now. It's still in queue.
That's why I said that's the way I post-faced with Into the Ground.
With Chito. But yeah, so we are back, and we are as full of shit as ever, and we got all kinds of new, cool, and useless information for you. So, welcome.
So, I don't know anybody that's grown and that's got a big boy job. You probably already know this, but I did go on a bit of a holiday over the last extended weekend, and there's always like that mad rush of getting all the work done early so that you can go out, right? I mean, that's just the way PTO works, right? You got to get all this pre-work done, and then when you get back, you got shit piled up to the ceiling anyway, right? And that's what today is. That's what I actually haven't had a drink in. Well, actually, that's not true because we drank on vacation with my family. But before that, I haven't had a drink in a little while, and today just seemed appropriate. It's been a long day, boys.
Yeah. Shitty shit Monday.
Yeah. Normal busy Monday plus recovering from vacation. Still recovering from vacation, even though I got back late last week. But we're here. We're on the show. It's good. Sorry again for screwing that up last week. Oh, I did learn something. Also, I just poured a sip of Diet Coke in my lap. I did learn something. You can't go live from your phone and Google Hangouts. Apparently, it wouldn't let me go live, even though I had it set up.
Interesting. I see a lot of people doing Facebook Live at weird hours of the night.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah, Facebook you can go live whenever you want. It's easy.
I thought camming's not allowed on Facebook TOS.
What?
Yeah.
What's not allowed?
He wasn't getting tokens.
Oh, that kind of camming.
Beer, 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 beer.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
At least you're some. And apparently somebody named Mooch is in the house.
Who?
Oh shit!
I don't even know. I mean, is he getting paid to show up? Are we paying him to show up in chat?
We probably should be.
We pay him to giggle like a little schoolgirl.
That's the only reason people show up is to be able to chat with Mooch. Because he's never been on the show, so that's about as good as they get. It's just best we can do is pay him to have him on chat. So, yes, I'm getting fired up over on Reddit. I mean, I know he posts all over the place, but
yeah,
he had some good posts that we'll be bringing up and talking about later. So we got some good schnizzle, and you guys, we got a good title on the show tonight.
Yeah.
First time in, I don't even know, 4 years that we've been doing this, that I got to name the show and it actually stuck.
It's stuck. You definitely had a name that stuck.
No, listen. Call up Under Duty right now and get him in here right now, because we need to discuss this. Okay, because I have the chat logs of every time y'all like, oh, well, what's the show name? And I throw something up there, and either Ahmed's is funnier, or Sean would knock it down, or Angsty would be like, no, I want this reference, movie reference, TV show reference, fucking book, paperback reference. It doesn't matter. So tonight I was, finally killing one of the plumes off the level that I got to go up against. Now it's only 2 against, 1. So
I can freely admit that I bet Ahmed names a solid 40% of our show, maybe even 50%.
Yeah.
And
so thank you.
I think I got at least a majority.
Yeah, I think it's probably true. And then I take the next big chunk, and then I agree.
Nasty, I named your goddamn flavor.
When people go on YouTube and they look at the names, you can blame them. This is why our show sucks, because nobody can find shit. Oh, what episode was it?
Hey, here's a good episode name. Hey, we're not doing tech time tonight.
Well done. Here. Clinkies.
You can't even let me have this fucking show, can you?
Mm-hmm.
I know you're dill facing off cam.
Oh no,
Marksky, that is an Aberlour, yes.
Why the fuck did I do that? Now I can't. Now my camera's not going to come back on.
You can be cammed out the rest of the show. You might as well refresh. Go ahead and come back.
No, I got to figure out how I did this. All right, hang on. No, hang on. I think I did. 1 second. Let's see. Just keep talking. I'll come back up in a minute.
No, that's fine. So for all those that were interested, I did drive down to the Gulf Shores in South Alabama and hung out with my brother and sister and parents and some of my niece and nephew from those two respectively. And it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Rented a house on the beach, did some drinking, some card playing, did some farting around like you do when you're hanging out with family. It's good. It was like a mini reunion.
Jazz hands.
Hey, well done, sir.
Yeah, make sure I don't click that again, because if not, it goes bye. So yeah, you actually got to enjoy Florida, not under the rain, because.
Yeah, it was. It actually, well, it did the normal. You know how it is down there, and where you are, you get the pretty much daily rain anyway. We got a little of that, but it wasn't the deluge that's been shipping over from Texas the last week or two.
Yeah, well, we have been, like, especially our county, it has been dry as fuck. And I mean, it was 2004, 2005, one of those years. It was when it was the state on fire, and we had a lot of fires going on at the same time, to the point where, I mean, we had people coming in from all over the states to help out. Because I remember, it was around 2004, 2003. Because I remember 2003. I was in college and I volunteered, and we got shipped up to fucking like North Kakalaki, Florida, and in the middle of the woods, and we were just delivering water to, like, bottles of water to the firefighters in the woods. Like, it was a straight up fucking semi with water, because what are you gonna go down the corner store? There ain't no fucking corner store, and you can't like this.
You don't got
when the plane's going by, because that's not water. That's
fire retardant.
Died retarded stuff.
Yeah.
And so I know there's going to be a GIF. Timestamp Ideal Home Show.
Timestamp. Yes. Yes, that is for sure. But I mean, how can a swamp catch on fire, Masty? That doesn't make any sense.
Dude, swamp fires are the worst. They smell like fucking burnt ass hairs. It is so bad.
No, that's pretty bad.
When the shit, because what it'll do is it'll burn the top layer of shit in the swamp, dude, and those things can go on for months just burning. It's just little by little, just burning. People think, oh, it's a swamp on fire. Yeah, and it smells like it's bad.
So if you take like a hoverboat through there, is the shit literally hitting the fan?
I think it's to the level of burnt gear oil, if you've ever smelt that or gotten it on you. Yeah, right around there. But then it's mixed with the fire smell, and it's just everywhere. Doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, doesn't matter if your windows are closed. No, it just it's bad. So no, thank goodness dying. It's not a fucking swamp fire. But yeah, we've been getting plenty of rain, so now we're starting to get into the rainy season, and of course, now hurricane season starts. So no fun. But hey, our friends up north of the border there in Canada, they got tornadoes. That was interesting to see. I don't know if you saw the picture of the guy mowing his lawn, and he's got this big ass fucking tornado behind him. He's just like, I was keeping an eye on him. What? You don't have a basement, dude. You got permafrost. Dude, what are you doing?
He's trying to outdo Russia.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, what is this guy doing?
Like the guy's dash cam when the meteor hit. It's just like this big flash of light, and he's just like, nothing. No fucks given.
Yeah. Yeah, he was it's pretty ballsy, but yeah, I was gonna ask Kyle about that to see, but yeah, it was this guy right here. Oh, did the picture come up? Nope. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I mean, look at the balls in that guy. Come on.
I don't know how you can walk straight with balls that size.
That's like the Forrest Gump shit.
That shit's fucking close, man.
It is.
So that was in Alberta. So
wow, there's like nothing there
behind him. Yeah. Yeah, but still, I mean, his house is there.
No, I mean, like, look at the horizon. It's like the opposite
I know
of John Denver.
But that was just, he probably owns 50 hectares to park his balls, because that's pretty close. But, I'm just saying.
I don't know. Those loafers make me think otherwise.
I don't know. He doesn't. Let's see. We can enhance. Let's see.
I don't know. He just looks like old people sneakers.
Nah, he's wearing sneakers. Those look like New Balances. Yeah.
Okay, great.
No socks. What kind of fucking savage is he? Come on.
Yeah, no socks. You know that fucker's got green foot. You do not.
He's got cheddar foot.
Fucking lawn with like that. No way. That's a good way. That's a good way to grow some fucking funk on your feet. But anyways, he ain't got no basement. So, because the only basements that are there in Alberta are freaking diamond mines. So,
no, come on now. He's got a basement. He lives up there. If he wants running water in his house, he's gonna have to have a basement.
That's true. Yeah.
Better than here. So the problem in Tejas is we have no basements here.
Right.
And you get you occasionally have tornadoes roll through.
Because Montezuma's revenge.
Well, I thought it was hilarious. I went to this a friend of ours that lives in San Antonio's house, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing over there? Oh, they're just blasting a hole in the rock so they could put a garage. What? Yeah, the house was fucking just built into the side of rocks.
And it's footage from when they're building the first railroads through mountains and shit.
They're fucking having controlled blasts over there so you can put your house there.
Yeah.
Build it somewhere flat. Nope. So, yeah. But anyways,
it's the weather of hazard, y'all. That.
It is. It is. We gotta have something to talk about other than spinners and Vipers. I still love the shops around here that, you know, all of a sudden they just, oh, more spinners just came in, and now they got ones that have fucking rubber bands on the ends and LEDs, and one that spell shit when you spin it.
Yeah.
And oh man, I'm like, you know, I can see it, and I want a cut of this. They're gonna have little spinning fans on them, and the spinner's just gonna spin by itself, so you don't have to spin it.
Do they have like Maserati ones?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you saw the rims.
Oh, right.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Bro.
So, contrary to what you just said, I shockingly have vape mail this last week, and it's like a crazy amount of vape mail. Actually, I haven't even used some of it. One thing I do want to say, and I'll say it publicly because it was just nice. Lasty sent me a pin dad. Just because he's a peach.
I didn't send you anything. I fucking bought a pin dad and sent it to you.
Yeah, he sent me a pin
Sending implies I give it to you for free or give it to you to try.
I suppose so. I'll ship it back.
You're welcome, my friend.
But thank you. It was definitely an experience. I built it right before. I'm glad it came right before I left. And I built it up. I have to say, I did not like it single coil. Single coil was lacking some flavor density for me. But the airflow is pretty good. But for whatever reason, it didn't quite jive. But I did use it. I went through several Squonka bottles full on the trip.
Yeah.
And it worked pretty well. And then I got it home and I put another coil in it to dual coil it up. And this has been running a rail cracker in it now instead of what was I running before? Get Pissed was in there before, and it was good, but dual coil is better. Dual coil and then ramping up the power a bit was better for me. It works well. I find that I think you kind of have to wick it the way I like to wick the RDTAs, which is with a super short wick. I wicked it a little bit longer this time, like into the tank a little bit, and it messes up the meniscus or whatever for the surface tension. Messes up when you're trying to squonk it. Yeah. So I think it does need to be wicked really short.
That's interesting too. That you've been running on your squonker, right? Yeah. See, I ran mine just straight up in tank mode because I wanted to test that valve and filling it up.
Yeah.
The only thing I found that was a bit tougher than some of the other tanks was that because that chamber is so small, building coils on it, you can't have like really really big coils.
No.
Like I put the coils that Tooney sent me in there, and man, I had a heck of a time trying to get them in there away from that chamber. Now that chamber's got great flavor because it is really close, but the screws and everything else to tighten everything down, they work great. So
well, I have to. So it comes with the little cool screw off a cappy thingy, and it comes with the little snack pack of these things, which you don't eat those. I think the little the integrated tip that was super hot for me. I didn't find that very pleasant. That was
it depends on how you run it. Yeah.
And you get two little screwdrivers. And I am going to say this so people know, if you do buy a pin dad, you probably should. It's a good addy. One of them is you get a small flat head for your screws, for your build deck, and the other one is for your 510, which, like we were saying, it does come with a squonk pin, which is cool. I found balls.
Yes, balls.
Yes, balls. I found that I went to go unscrew the my ring just hit my glass. Sorry. I went to go unscrew the 510, and that son of a bitch would not come out. Like it would just spin. And I was trying to be really careful because it's got that cool one-way valve thing, right, for filling the other way.
Yeah.
I eventually had to get a really wide screwdriver and just press it in and it was in there. I don't know if it was cross-threaded from the factory or what, but like I had to get after it a little bit and shove that out once it was unscrewed from the deck. But it did eventually come out. Got the squat pin in there. It does work well. The other thing is I feel like the screws on the Velocity style deck, those little monkeys there, they need a bigger screwdriver. That little guy, I couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
Like it was, maybe it's my big hand fist or something.
You want to get a screwdriver that fills the slot.
Yeah. Hey, I've been drinking. Don't start that. It's going to be good nonstop the whole night.
No, let me tell you, I was with my brother at Sonny's at the barbecue joint, and this guy walks in and sits down, and it was straight up what's his name from American Dad. Like he was just what the hell's his name? The dad. I can't think of the name. Peter. Sorry.
Peter?
Yeah.
And I just repeated the name for you.
Yeah. And he was sitting there fucking laughing. He's like, I'm like, holy shit, this guy. I wish I could get a video of him, but he was too close. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. But yeah. That would have been some serious karma, but I did pick up a set of rims like I told you guys for my car, right there. So
there you go.
Yeah, this is my new set. Because I ride Spinas, so 500 RPM. They say that's it. That's how they can go.
So Pindad. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's not. I don't even remember what they're cut since I didn't buy it. I don't remember what was it like. $60?
I think they're $50.
$50.
$49.99. Yeah.
Not bad. I for that price point, I think it's probably a pretty solid buy if you need an RDTA and can't find a Narba or a Narta, or I guess if you want dual coils because they don't do that so easily. This would do that much easier than that. But not a bad piece of kit. I think the
Bomber Tech.
Screws are a little wonky even with a bigger screwdriver, and you do have to watch out for that 510 thing. But I do like how it all comes apart. Like you can take that down to bits like really fast. Apart.
Yeah, I'll put the link in chat. It's $49 on the Veritube site, and there's a bunch of different ones. So the link that I put is you can choose either the black or the stainless, and.
Oh, did I tell you? I figured out the look. Fuck. This is. I don't even know. Oh God, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Because it's got the squiggle pin in it. But you see my my serial number? Look, it's 22, just like yours. I think it's actually the diameter. I think it's just 22 millimeter. So we were talking on the show about like the one on the site was the same serial number as yours. That was a black one. Maybe that's black 22. No.
Yeah. And they also, for those special people that want some piss, they got one for $70, which is the ultimate.
That was the one that I figured out the pun on the show.
The ultimate. Yeah. Yeah. So if that's what you're up to and that's what you like, then comes in a nice little leather case. So. Anyways, that's the Pindad by Bomber Tech, sold at veritube.com.
So I should get the ultimate and run pissed in it. That would be great.
They look brand.
Stink and the piss juice inside. It's all pissed. Speaking of ultimate though, look at this monstrosity. Did you see this thing?
Oof. Look at how can you even hold that? Doesn't that burn your hand? Doesn't that burn your hand?
That mod looks so 90s. I love it.
So I have to say, before we get too much farther into the show, to thank you for William. So I have my Evo. I broke it by accident. I didn't break it. I actually fixed it, but it needs to be soldered again inside the 510, which I'm not going to bother doing. So I'm waiting to have that fixed, and then I sent off my freehand. to get upgraded back to Dahan, back to Limelight. So I was down to literally just my Dia, which is fantastic, but there's no backup, and you know what? You gotta have a backup, right? So William sent over a couple of things, including the Cow Evo has returned back home for a short time, but he sent over this guy, and this is the Big Apple mod. And honestly, Motherhead, would you mind putting the link to the group in the chat, because I don't have it handy. I will say that this was Black Ultim, that you can buy it in Black Ultim, which is much less offensive to me. Or he has this special proprietary process that he puts regular Ultim through to make it really clear and shiny. And you can
polish
that. Yeah, it's like polish, but he has to like pressure treat it and steam it and grind it, and I don't know. I don't pretend to understand what goes on with it, but
what are you cooking? What are you cooking? Rice?
Yes, like rice cooker. I think that's the short of it.
So hang on. So hold that back up. Is that the Boltum? Is the Boltum on the front?
The what?
Black Ultim. Boltum.
Yeah, Black Ultim is the body of this one. You can get the whole thing blacked out, or the whole thing ultimed out, or you can do a little mixy matchy thing like this thing is. So yeah, Black Ultim back there, which actually I have grown to kind of like, because I got a Black Ultim cap for the Narda, which I think looks really cool, and it looks cool here too. The nice thing about Ultim Black stuff,
it looks like plastic.
Well, it is, it is plastic. It's just impact resistant and strong and whatever, as opposed to like Delrin, which is not. Delrin's got other good qualities like self lubricating and stuff like that, which. Never mind. I almost made a really off-color joke there. that was really close.
Oh, God damn it, Angsty. You should have drank a little more.
Yeah, I was going to say another couple drinks. I would have let that one slide, I think. But one thing Delrin doesn't do is its melting point is quite a bit lower than other things, including Ultim. Yeah. So if you've seen caps that have like scorch marks or get a little melted and stuff, it's often Delrin. And Delrin is cool, but melting point is much lower than Ultim, which is why I think that's one of the reasons why people have been using a lot of Ultim a while back. Anyway, so yes, do I find the color offensive? Yes, I do. But I do like where the bottle is positioned. It's properly on the edge, where a Squonk bottle should be. And I still appreciate Motherhead for sending that over to let me have a backup on the trip. And he also sent this, which is a stabilized walnut freehand. So this is one of his extra freehands because he sent his back up for upgrades as well. It's really smooth. This is the one with the high gloss finish, which is an option. I don't know. To me, I really like my raw wood walnut freehand.
For a second there, I thought my wife was calling me.
Raoul. I really like the raw wood walnut one, but this is really hard to say.
It's gonna fuck up.
Raoul. I'm trying to think about that. But the stabilized version is obviously gorgeous, and the smooth thing it's all right. I think I really do prefer the non-stabilized, non-polished version that I have, but I do appreciate him to send this over because I haven't seen one of the stabilized versions, and it is super cool. We'll talk about the addy that's on top of that in a few minutes. Yeah, but it says diversity. Yeah, it's good to have some options, I guess. So he sent all three of those over to me. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I have been restocked with Squankers. Now I've got backups, which is nice to have. I'm gonna have another drink.
Ooh, what else?
So I had to cut off on the chips. These aren't even my chips. I saw my sister brought these home, and
Pico de Gallo.
So I ate them down to here.
Damn, son.
I haven't eaten dinner. So it was unwise.
Speaking of Gallo chips, so are they kind of tomatoey and limey?
They taste like Cool Ranch Doritos, but better.
Oh, right on. I feel like I've had some Pico chips before.
They're pretty good,
but they weren't that brand.
You can go. I mean, I documented pretty much all of my chip eating this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing a lot of chip eating. They're really good chips though. So yeah, definitely recommend them. If you like Cool Ranch Doritos, even better.
What kind were they? Who makes them?
Garden of Eden.
Gardens. Super dad joke right there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they've like I think I first saw them at Whole Foods like a while back, and then now they're like all over the place in various grocery stores. So,
Fu Marsky wants to know if we get Roysters chips over here.
new.
I don't think I've ever seen Roysters myself.
A lot of PA brands around me. I mean, we got like a lot of just regional brands like Cape Cod, Hers, Oots, you know, Lay's. Their kettle game is pretty good. I started seeing jalapeno kettle cooks on shelves again, so I guess that salmonella.
Oh, did you?
Only small
What
bags.
was-
Only small bags. I haven't seen any big bags.
What was wrong with them?
I think Chuff messaged me a while back when it happened that there was like a salmonella thing with the jalapeno
Wait,
chips.
there was jalapeno cheddar ones kettle cooked before.
Lay's?
Yeah. And then there were straight up jalapeno ones.
Well, I ate like a bag of jalapenos like probably a week before I got that knowledge.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm still alive. I don't have to worry. I don't think I got a salmonella or what's that other one? Listerine.
Yeah.
Listerine in their area.
Listerine.
Listerine.
Wisteria Lane.
I think if you treated it with Listerine, Listeria would be less of a problem. But oh, you know what we haven't talked about yet, and I think it was because we didn't do a proper show last week. If you are in the UK, you can finally get Plumes of Hazard juice, including Deadline.
Oh,
So I say UK,
Yeah.
you can get it in the EU too. You can get it all over the whole.
Just add Nick.
Yeah, just dead Nick. So if you'd like to try some of the juices and you didn't want to pay the crazy shipping, admittedly that you would have gotten from over here, you can go to justaddnick.co.uk.
Yeah.
They've got the whole line, including Railcracker. Sorry, I just made that seem like that we did Railcracker. We don't do Railcracker. I just like it, but they have some.
I like it when I have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that's a problem sometimes for you. You just got to be more persistent. I'm just a pain in the ass until I get my big bottle.
You're right.
Hey Zach, where's my bottle? Hey,
Wait.
Hey Zach.
have you guys
I'm ready to
seen?
get my rail cracker.
Have you guys seen the Limitless Arms Race mod that's been out?
No.
It's been out not too long ago.
Arms race.
Yeah, like this.
Get to buy tickets to the gun show.
It's really weird. Like, so here's some of the colors. This is interesting.
What? The Digi camo?
Yeah.
Is it a Call of Duty item?
Yeah.
Here, hang on. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like,
Vapor Lounge. Isn't that Todd's the company Todd used to work for?
yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I guess it's got it's 200 watt and it's got the plates that you can remove down the bottom, and it's dual battery. And
Wait, go down. What is it? Like? That's crazy. Like you pull
Looks
the whole
tactical
bottom
as
cap
fuck.
off.
yeah, like the cap is what's that's really weird.
Oh, it looks like there's another like slug over there. So you should be able to replace the batteries without taking the whole thing off, I think. Or maybe that's just a contact.
No, that's a contact.
Yeah.
It looks like just a contact.
Interesting.
And it's got the USB on the bottom, so I think you have to take maybe you don't have to take the blade off, but at least it tells you which way the batteries go
Hey, that'll get some positive marks from P. Basardo.
on the side. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting.
I wonder how much it weighs.
Not sure, but probably heavy as shit.
That's what I mean.
Well,
it's definitely like a belt tightener. Like you'd have to buy a size smaller belt.
Is that the fire button on the front that looks like a Sergeant Stripes or something over there?
It's on the side, but the weird thing is, oh shit, I can't find the. It's got on the other side. It's got this whole. Like engraving. So. Yeah. So there you go. I was just wondering if you had seen that.
Pancakes.
That's one of the worst bits of gear I've ever seen. I do enjoy the people that watch the show. No bullshit. I'm still clicked on Lasty. He's just looking down.
Oh, Flitz is here.
Yes. Hello, Flitz.
Say hello to Flitz.
Hi, Flitz.
Did you have any vape mail the last couple weeks there, Ahmed?
No, I haven't. I got some juice from a guy named Slumberland.
Slumber
Friday. Yeah.
No, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
It came out from hibernation.
He did. Fluffy Clouds. He makes that.
That's good shit.
Fluffy Clouds. What is that? What is the?
It's like a graham cracker marshmallow. It
Yeah.
How would I say this without sounding insulting? It's not trying to be. It reminds me of 3 years ago, and it does it relatively well. You know what I mean? Like a lot of like this, a lot of the simpler stuff I used to vape. I'm dripping it right now, and it tastes. It's definitely nostalgia tripping me, and it's good. It's decent. It's pretty good. It's I think I'm vaping it a little too hot. It's called Morning Manifesto. So yeah, I got it's 2 milligrams. So I've been kind of chugging through it. Big difference between I don't know. It's a Jersey thing. You know, I don't like odd numbers. You know, I only do the 2. I don't do the 3.
God. Is he in Jersey? I thought he was like upstate New York.
No, he's from Jersey.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, speaking of Jersey, you can get it. Well, that's where Good Guy Vapes is based. I know they at least sell it and distribute it.
Speaking of Good Guy Vapes, I think I saw something about our old buddy that worked for them. What the hell's his name? My mind just went blank. I'm blaming the scotch.
Blame it on the
no brows.
The hell's his name?
I don't think we're talking about the same person.
No, we used to know a dude that ran one of the Good Guys.
Oh yeah.
Good fellow. He still does.
Mm-hmm.
Good fellow.
I saw he had to go to the hospital or something recently.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I think
really?
I know what you're talking about.
I didn't see any follow up for that, but get better there, buddy.
That was nothing.
Watch this.
He went for something, but it was nothing.
I was watching a movie and I thought I could have seen him in the movie. Like this guy looked identical to him. I'm like, man.
Yeah, we're beard twins.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that picture of us from VaporCon?
Yeah, no, there was the guys that used to get you mixed up in the hangout, right? You were like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were at a show together, and we took a picture because my beard was relatively lengthy, not as lengthy as his.
Yeah. So is that the stuff that a coil gunker the way it appears to be?
No, not too bad.
Yeah.
Like ones that I set it up today or yesterday. I was vaping Mass Tea before this. But anyway. Well, a lot of shit just gunks at a certain power, but
It looks like you got one of them running a little hot.
Yeah. I'm gonna fix these coils. They've been a little temperamental. I mean, I've gotten good life out of them. They require a little extra care.
Did you buy one of those Coil Master brushes? They sell coil brushes now.
No, you know why? Because I already have a bristle brush by my kitchen sink, and those I just throw a little soap on them because like on alien coils and such, they're useful.
Yes, I would imagine.
So Apathy was saying in chat that the mod was crappy. I'm like, yeah, I never said it was good or bad. It looked crappy.
He was just showing it to you, and you're free to form your own opinion of it.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
So thank you,
Good
Dave.
confirmation.
Also, something very very out of the blue happened on Thursday. A viewer in France hit me up. His name's Antoine, and he's like, "Hey, one of my friends is in New York City." He's like, is there a shop in New York City that I can get Food's Gold at? And regrettably, I was like, no.
That's not how he said it. He said, "Is there a?"
Okay, he's not Italian, but
No, not that. That's right.
That's a French Italian. Keep drinking, buddy. Do another shot.
I should.
Les Passants.
You should.
No.
We should. Hey, okay, let's do this.
That's what I was missing, the frown. You gotta.
Hey, next Monday, we all got to match each other shot for shot.
Oh dear, that sounds like a terrible idea.
No.
That sounds like a great idea.
No.
And by the end of the show, the winner is the one who has taken the most shots.
Shots.
Can I go
But
to concede?
we-
I don't drink like that anymore.
We will let people in chat decide some weird way of when we have to do the shots.
Anytime anybody says stabilized or
You say
squawk.
that. I mean, there's some people in chat I know that.
We have to take a shot when Mooch comes into chat because he's got to get paid somehow.
Yeah.
And that's it. So one shot.
Ooh, what else?
The hell was
Ooh.
that?
I don't know.
Something weird going on outside.
Anyway, so fortunately, there's nowhere in New York City you can get Food's Gold. I'm like, well, I'm working in the city the next couple days, so I can give it to said person, and I did. I gave him. I'm not gonna tell you how many bottles. I'll wait until he gets them. But I gave him some bottles of Food's Gold, and he's gonna be happy because right now, now I mean he's in France. You can get it from Just Ed Nick, but he showed, I'm like, hey, let me give you some because it's my juice and I can fucking do that.
Well, it's because you're a baller.
Yeah, I tried. So yeah,
Blitz,
so,
you're going to be in Inverness? Inverschnecki? That's pretty freaking sweet.
huh?
Inverness is a really cool town, by the way. Been there.
Not down here.
Amber Lamps.
No, the one up in the Highlands, way up north in Scotland.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Inverness down here is not. It's like crack, trailer park, and meth.
Is that right?
Look it up.
I've not been to the Inverness in Florida.
So yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to get it, and then that should be fun.
That's awesome. Did you have a full line, or did you just have Food's Gold?
He just said Food's Gold, so I
Oh, right on.
he'd had it before. He showed me. He went for my field. He showed me an MT 120 bottle. I was like,
Nice. Well, now you can get it. He can get it for himself at Just Had Nick.
so yeah, that was that. Oh yeah, I got the limo back out, and I threw some limeade and a bedding in there. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a good steeper. I've had this bottle for like a little while, and it tastes pretty good. So
I've got a
Take
bottle
it
that I
wandering.
haven't busted out in a while. Does it age well?
it does. It tastes like strawberry gushers, to me.
Is it what?
Tastes like strawberry gushers.
Yeah.
And,
what
it's-
those
I-
are, Anthony?
and it mixes really well with pissed.
You know what those are, Angsty?
What?
Strawberry gushers.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Good.
Did you think I was too old to know that or something?
No, I don't know. I'm just
Maybe
I
you didn't like
I
them.
figured. I don't know.
Maybe
you're
he doesn't like the
hyped up.
gushes.
Yeah, maybe he didn't like the gushers. I don't know.
He doesn't go read through his kids' snacks once in a while.
Yeah, it's good to know. It's good.
I feel like-
Gusher.
I feel like I missed that. There's a few candies that I kind of missed for whatever reason that
Yes.
like my little brother hit that I didn't hit. And that
Late
was,
'80s, early '90s candies.
like the Sour Patch Kids. I've never developed a taste
Yeah.
for like super sour candy. Like it just wasn't a thing.
Sour Patch Kids I told you about the Airhead sours. Those you would like. They're not too sour.
Mm.
They're just like a little bit. Like Sour Patch Kids on a bad day, I'm like squinting. I'm like,
Yeah,
I used to eat Warheads and all that shit, but
give you the frown.
Like the poopy diaper, like.
Remember when Red Hots came out? Fireballs.
Red Hots are good.
We used to have a freaking candy truck that used to sit outside of our school when it had all kinds of shit and the fucking balsa wood airplanes and the stupid slap
Also
bracelet things that
Oh,
you could
yeah,
just
slap
take
bracelet.
apart and shank some people with them. Yeah, that's what we used to do.
Mm-hmm.
We gave them new smiles.
Let's see. What are we talking about? I talked about Poet just at nick.co.uk. I talked about the bin dad. Talked about Will's big Boxo backups. That is awesome. Ooh, that's one thing I haven't talked about yet. I can talk about that. Unless there's something else going on. Anything?
No, we can do that.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I had a quick
Yeah, hit it.
crucifixion.
Oh,
Because I don't feel like getting into detail about it. It's so fucking dumb.
how dumb is it?
Wait, before you go with that, I just wanted to say in chat and still talking about the candy. The guy that I work with gets candy from Japan crate or some shit. I call it irradiated shit from Japan that they don't want.
Oh, Mr. Wiggum.
Because it comes from Fukushima, and so he gets his. No, wait. Here's the best part. So he's all like typing at his screen. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, the candy that was supposed to get here 2 months ago, it's not here yet. I'm like, all right, because he gets it shipped to work. So here, like a week later, shows up the UPS guy with these 2 huge boxes. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, this is my candy. Customs held it for 2 months. I'm like, so you got rotten candy now? He's like, it's not rotten. It's only 2 months old. I'm like, dude, how long did it take to come from Japan on the slow boat? He's like 3 months. I'm like, so you got 5-month-old shit now. He's like, yeah, these are stale. So he throws them away, right? So then he breaks out these candies, and the name of them is Toxic Waste. I kid you not. And they are sour. The fuckers are sour. I don't like sour. I had one of them. I'm like, oh. I was like, so I told him,
Did you go instant bail face?
I was like, I told him though, I was like, turn off the lights. I want to see if they glow. He didn't get it. But
Really? That flew over his head?
no. Yeah, it flew over his head.
Oh my God, Ralph.
I was like, get it? Toxic Waste, Fukushima, Japan. Not funny. All right. So
it's no
there you go.
funny.
Sorry, Ahmed. Go ahead. You were in some serious mode.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that serious. Like, so
radiation equals shelf life.
Right. So
Yeah.
528 Customs put out the Goon 1.5, I think it's the 1.5. And a customer who bought it was having an issue with it reading resistance. A few of those that I'd heard about. So this person decided, you know, in the good fashion, to hit up their customer service. This is when keeping it real goes wrong. Been many instances of this in vaping.
Mm-hmm.
This person, I believe, was using it on a regulated mod. The resistance was jumping. If it wasn't jumping, it was not reading. We've all had an Addy that had done that in some form. I actually can't think of the last one that did it for me, but my KFON 5, the pin got loose as fuck. But anyway, the customer service rep said, hey, you should I think this was I'm trying to remember if this was going on their Instagram page or not, because there was a Reddit thread about it too. And they said, put it on a mech and see if it fires there.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Did
So
Addy resistance all over the place, put it on an unregulated mod.
Mooch is in chat. Is Mooch in chat? I don't want to hurt him. Maybe I do want to hurt him, but yeah, that's not a good idea, because when resistance is jumping or if it's shorting, that is you don't want to be firing that shit. So, right, we have someone in the wrong. All right, this shit went on for I don't know how many comments on the Instagram thread. It was bad, because you know how internet dogpiling works, and Instagram's one of the worst platforms for it.
Which is great too, because the comments are all fucking not threaded, right? So it's
And then it went on Reddit, and the owner got like flogged in the thread. Not cool. Some of the shit people were saying. So they screwed up, and in true Reddit style, internet style, Instagram style fashion, yeah, they got crucified. But they'll be fine because they weren't in the wrong. And I mean, they were wrong in this case, but they'll fix it. And yeah, like it looked really, really bad on people, when they do shit like that. Because what's it gonna do long term? So yeah, it was dumb. I guess it went on a little longer than I thought, but I didn't. The whole thing kind of pissed me off. I'm like, really? Come on. So whoever that customer service person is, don't do that. Learn some shit. Read some mooch. Some dust on my webcam.
Yeah. Speaking of, not necessarily mooch, but just don't do some stupid shit. So I'm sure you guys saw the name of the show and are wondering what the heck that's all about. Well, this story basically starts with a 9-year-old in a playground that goes and picks up a bottle of unicorn milk labeled bottle. It was a 30 ml plastic bottle, and decides to drink it.
And passed it around to friends too, right?
Yes, and passed it around to her friends, and basically, went to the hospital after, ingesting this, and she was feeling okay. She didn't pass out or anything like that, but the mom went to the news because the news obviously has nothing else better to do than pick up stories like this. And it was, they had a field day with this. And, legislation happening and all these people, with the pitchforks ready to go. This was in Canada. So we'll just, put that out there. So the laws and regulations are a little bit different. It was in Fredericton, I believe. And they don't state how much she drank from it, but it really blew up this news. I think in New Brunswick was mainly where it was covered. So the mom's sitting there talking and saying, why do they have this, labeled for kids, and why does it taste like this and all this stuff? But of course, no one stops to ask the real questions of, why is a 9-year-old girl picking up a unknown bottle of some shit left at a park, and drinking it? I mean, I know certain people who their kids are completely, they don't give two craps about what mom or dad are using as vaping e-liquid, because their parents have taught them that this is mom's stuff, this is dad's stuff, you don't ever touch it, done.
Right.
And the kids aren't going to be curious. I don't care what name is on the bottle. A lot of people are blaming, what the label is, what the name is, what the flavor is, what it smells like. Man, you smell, 95% of the juices that I got here, and they smell delicious.
Because regardless of the label contents, it'd get crucified just the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
The label contents only makes it worse.
Well, Finger's saying one sip of e-liquid would not taste good at all. I don't know about that.
Let's find out. I have some limeade in the betting here.
Okay, so if you're drinking it, that might be a different story, but limeade
tastes fucking amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So,
Plumes of Hazard does not recommend drinking liquid.
Don't do that. You can do it with 0, but don't do it with 3.
Right.
Don't do that. So one of the comments that stuck out, obviously, the 9-year-old girl, and they asked a few people at the hospital, and their response was the same. What is a 9-year-old kid not knowing what that is doing that?
Yeah.
What if it was a freaking water bottle filled with piss? I mean, seriously, like, what are you doing?
It doesn't mean get.
I'm just saying.
He means
maybe a trucker stopped by and he had to pee in a bottle. So,
happens.
anyways, one of the comments on Reddit, which was great, was a guy asked, "Why wasn't it topped with a childproof cap?" Okay, and again, you're in Canada and they don't really show the bottle and the cap. The mom's holding it and she's kind of like hiding the cap, but what does that matter? It's a 9-year-old kid. You think a 9-year-old kid's not going to be able to, pull the cap off? So, obviously the next comment down is a childproof cap won't stop a 9-year-old. And the best comment is childproof caps and the gorilla bottles stop this 30-year-old. Fuck those bottles. But yeah, kids can open anything. That's true. So that means they should have been using the gorilla bottles, the chubby gorilla bottles, like the Plumes of Hazard use, because that would have kept everybody out of there. But
because then nobody can open them.
Nobody can open them. So thank you for buying our juice. Fuck you. Go get some snips or something to cut the top off. But anyways, it just it's an interesting story that got some speed, and then obviously a bunch of other shit happened around the world that kind of died down a bit. But I just think we're one child ODing from a whole nother legislation to just ban everything, total gone. I commented on that and I'm like, antifreeze tastes sweet. You picking that shit up and drinking it out of a bottle? I mean, it just, and that's why.
Does the antifreeze have a little unicorn on it though? Fuck.
No, it says Prestone and looks like it glows in the dark. So I've tasted it before.
When I pour it in, actually, you're going.
Plumes of Hazard does not. Yeah. So, but there you go. So,
don't drink it. Teach your fucking kids.
Don't leave shit out more than anything.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a 9-year-old doing at a playground? Nobody asked that question.
Yeah.
9-year-olds on playgrounds. Suckers are like freaking at the pool hall or something, texting,
hustling,
or some shit. Whatever kids, Snapchatting or whatever kids do these days.
Yeah.
Snapping.
Something with technology. So.
No, they're like this.
Maybe we should think twice about that drinking game show. It might devolve into some.
Oh shit! Mark Skin said 9-year-olds here have kids. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Boy. That's that what you said does make sense though, Massey. What legit, like, what is a 18-plus-year-old person doing at a playground, like, to leave e-liquid around? That's jacked up anyway.
No, there's probably punk ass kids who were doing that on a Friday night. We're gonna hang out in the playground and vape.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that's exactly what happened.
The whole story is just kind of weird all the way around. But I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, if they were hoping for more traction and just kind of died off. It just, I don't know.
Well, we also know there's an awful lot of fake news out there these days. So,
yep. We know a pineapple man that thinks everything's fake. So, but
pineapple man.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be remiss if we go too much farther without talking about the Addy that I've got on top of this. We didn't do what we're vaping on, Masty.
Oh my goodness. So under. Oh, we should play sad music. You
don't have sad air horn?
So, Fufufu, what you vaping on?
Well, I'm vaping on juice that doesn't grow. Morning Manifesto from Fluffy Clouds. It's on the
Oh, he's got new bottles too. That's nice.
Yeah, he's got new labels.
Shiny.
I still have one of his older bottles. That's the straight up looking like you got shoe shine up in this bottle. It's an interesting bottle. The old twist stop.
My Narda's on the dining table that has abolishment and evade. You know, that thing I've been rocking. But limeade.
I just want to say in chat, that unicorn milk, yeah, it was cut wood, but this is not the same unicorn milk. Like this is a weird. I mean, it looks like here. I'll just put the picture up so that way you guys can see it. It's it looks like a shop made unicorn milk. Here it is. That's the mom holding the unicorn milk.
Oh yeah, that's not cut wood.
No,
she looks like she would vape unicorn milk.
Yeah. Let's see, and it is that unicorn milk. So what the hell? I don't even know who that is.
Look at those googly eyes.
Yeah, look at that label. It looks like it's just So as you can see, you can't see the cap, but it does look like it's a newer
It doesn't
bottle.
look like it has a cap on it.
No, it doesn't look like it's got a cap on it. And the other thing is I don't know if there's any liquid in here, but if there is, that shit looks like zero. Could you imagine if it was zero? Did anybody even? I didn't even see that in the article. Dude,
Someone died from drinking Massey's juice.
Seriously. Maybe that's the hole in their story. They don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, actually, here's some snack game that didn't make it to the show, which was this shit right here.
Oh.
My sister grabbed these from the Korean supermarket because they've got all kinds of dope candy there, and you don't have to order a whole fucking crate of it from Japan.
Or you can just order some Chatto.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like a little it looks like a packing peanut, but it's a marshmallow with chocolate on the inside. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Yeah. But
so
my only gripe with it is it needs more chocolate, but it's still yummy.
So okay, so it is a shop. It's a shop up there in the same town, and they have the owner saying that he's the one who manufactures unicorn milk. He said the product was never designed to attract attention to children, but it was launched 2 weeks ago in response to a popular rainbow-colored drink now sold at Starbucks, and it looks like the juice is shit if they left it on a bench.
Yeah, no, I mean you can't say that that product was designed like in a friendly manner. I mean, it's got a fucking cartoon unicorn going blue, 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 blue.
Unicorns are not cool as kids.
The article, yeah, no. Lisa Frank was cool. The vapor fluid has been a hit. The company is getting calls from all over to supply it. Of course. Shops in Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, and PEI. What is PEI?
Prince Edward Island.
There you go. Okay. There you go.
Massey, why don't you go next on what you're vaping on? I'll take up the rear this time.
Sure. Nothing. I'm not vaping anything right now.
That makes sense. It's light.
Yeah.
So as per normal, I got the Hardmod Dia with the Narda and the bell cap and the rail grinder in it, and Pillbox 4 abolishment. Naturally, I am using the pin diad on the big Apple mod thing. This thing's really big, by the way. For coming from like the Evo and the Dia, it's kind of a big guy. Kind of a big. It's not too big, but it's like a hand filler as opposed to like the Dia is much smaller. I did have it leak on me, but I think that was probably the bottle's fault more than the mod. Last but not least, I do have the. That's right. Well, I did do that on purpose, Horror. I thought you might like that. So we do have the Limelight Freehand S stabilized version with a different atomizer on top. This is the Haku, not Haiku, and not Aku from Samurai Jack, but rather the Haku atomizer. It's a newer one that's coming out very soon. They've only got one like friends and family batch, and I was how to say this? A very very kind viewer that's been watching for a long time kind of got me hooked up with a guy and he sent me one of the early ones to test, which I really appreciate. So thank you, Aaron, and thank you to Steven who makes it. So I've been talking to Steven, the guy that makes this thing, for a little while now, and to be honest, it's a really good atomizer. I just got it like maybe an hour or two before we went live, so I threw in a build for the Limelight. By the way, he's buddies with Dayon, which we've had on the show from Limelight, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we got another nice top cap. There's a matte version and a stainless version. I'll probably go over this later when I actually have had some time to mess with it. But the short version is here's the build deck. We've got a couple of. This is really hard to do with my right hand. My hand's in the way. We've got some downward forcing air down to the coil. I don't quite understand the downward facing air because I like it when the air goes up towards your head. But
Downward facing dog.
What?
It's a downward facing dog.
Downward facing air dog. But I will say that the posts are super easy to build on. There's a lot of room in there if you want to do something else. There's a couple. This is a pre-production version. There's a couple of things that have already been suggested that they're modifying the design at the moment. But the short of it is it's a squonker, and it is priced in the region. Let me get my camera back normal. It's priced in the region of I believe it's $75 US. It does come with a squonk pin, and I believe you're going to be able to pick between the polished cap and a matte cap, kind of a bead blasted looking thing. There will be some small changes, I think, going forward. In fact, I think with my conversations with him, I don't think he'd mind me mentioning this. There may be a deck configuration or two option that is there, but I think it's really close to being good. At least my initial impressions have been pretty positive today. Squonks well, builds easy. Flavor is pretty darn good. I think one of the options is going to appeal to me a little bit more, and I've got a lot of testing to do with different coils and coil elevation and whatnot to get it really syncing well. But my initial impressions are quite positive, which is cool. And I love the price point. So it's going to put it firmly like in competition with things like the Hadley, things like the Mulcaber, and it's going to be right in there. It's going to be a quality atomizer that squonks for well under $100. I mean, $75 or so.
I'm using a Mulcaber right now.
What's that?
I'm using a Mulcaber right now.
Yeah, the Mulcaber's the old wedding cake. It's great.
Got the laminate in there. It's very nice. Very nice.
Sigma, I mean, you know me and us. I mean, we've been Narda fans for a really long time. I've been waiting for an atomizer to kind of like knock me in the teeth and say, "This is way better than Narda." I really hope that I can get this thing singing to where it would be a solid recommendation. If you can't get a hold of another, you should be able to get a hold of one of these guys because they are being made overseas. He is making these guys. Well, you know what? I should probably run this by him. I should probably run that by him before I mention that. But what I will say is he's got the capability of making a lot of them. It is not made in China, but I will say that it's that so far it's really good. That's really, really good. I'm looking forward to some of the modifications that are coming out before they start selling it en masse to everybody. But I love the fact that it's the right price point. It's going to be available everywhere. It's not going to be one of those things where you have to be in like an exclusive group and whatever. You got to have 2 vouchers and whatever to get into a Facebook group. A lot of people don't like that.
2 vouchers and a dick pic.
2 vouchers and a dick pic. It's the barrier to entry, babies. It's the barrier to entry.
And your social security number.
Yeah. But I do have another one coming in this week. The Soul S by Van and Dell, I think, is the folks that make it. But that'll be here later this week. But I'm going to give this thing a good run for its money and get some feedback back to Steven. And yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. Initial impressions really are that it's a very good atomizer, and that's not the booze talking.
Nice.
Anything else? I don't think I've got anything else. I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
Anyone? What?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We'll probably I'll go more in depth when I've had more time to talk about it. I'm not going to go into too much detail right now because I just literally got it this afternoon, and it's been a crazy work day. So I'm going to continue.
Honest-
You look tired, Ace. You
Reviews.
should have another drink.
I should have. I probably will have another drink. Be lucky if I only have one more drink.
Yeah.
Motherhead put the link to the Facebook group in chat. Thank you very much. I meant to do that on purpose.
By the way, our good buddy Le Batman from Le Bayou is back from vacation. Crescent City Clouds. He's got a back from staycation with a surprise going on. So he's got a nice promo going. So 15 mils for $6, 30 mils for $10, 60 for 18, 120s for 30s, and 240s for 50s.
30 mils cheaper than this for, huh?
Woo. Craig. So check them out. Crescent City Clouds.
Very nice. Oh, Apathy. I've never used the Aeronaut V1 or V2. No, sir, I have not.
That's the French Addy, right? I think I vaped on the V1. It's not bad. It's not.
I feel like Motherhead had one of those. Maybe.
So a few. I don't remember if it was last. No, it was. So what? 3 shows ago. Maxie, correct me if I'm wrong. I should say. No, maybe it was 4 shows ago. But anyways, I was talking about how I had read a story on Reddit about a person who had just recently become homeless, and basically gave his inside story on sticking with being a vapor and vaping while being homeless, while not having much money, while basically going from shelter to shelter, charging your stuff up. Mm-hmm. And this was really, I didn't know the guy's name, but I still don't know if 100% if this is the person, but we had a person comment on one of our videos, and it was a video that we talked about that, and he said, I just saw a video, not knowing that I would be the topic. And I was lucky to get out about a week after the post that he had made a few weeks back. I was there for a few months. I would have gotten some rollies. If I was there for a few more months, he would have gotten some rollies. And that Lotus is ratty as hell, he says. He got an apartment and a couple of care packages. The community is awesome, and he was expecting nothing from posting that. So it was really cool to see, people, help out. As a vapor of over 4 years, I wanted to stick with it, and I'm glad I did. Also, continuing vaping gave me a weird sense of normalcy and made me feel less homeless-like. It gave me a coping skill in a bad situation. So that was pretty awesome, to see. And I'm glad the guy, was able to, find his place and stick with it, because that has got to be a vice has got to be one of the, an addiction has got to be one of the first things that when you're down and out, that's got to be one of the first things that comes back, so kudos to him for being able to stick with it. And, not everybody's as fortunate, to at least even try it, to have the opportunity to try it. So it's probably good that he'd been vaping for that long to be able to stick with it. So, but yeah, kind of cool to see, some comments that aren't, you guys are fat pieces of shit. Why are you doing this? So
let's talk about more vaping.
Let's talk about more vaping. So
I agree. I'm glad he is getting himself sorted out, and I'm glad the community gave him a hand. That's cool.
Yep.
Baskin Robbins has a better mint chip than Ben and Jerry's. So.
Oh, but wait. So you say that, but have you tried the new Ben and Jerry's squares? Yeah, Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
What are they, like Klondike bars?
You damn right, son. So you got nothing. So take your Baskin Robbins 31 flavors and shove them right up your.
No, I just need one flavor. So mint chip is solid.
I don't care. Squares.
Leave me with a Haagen-Dazs any day, man. All that other shit. Like if your mint chocolate chip is green,
Dude, okay, so the Haagen-Dazs is my second favorite, but it's not my favorite. I think their chocolate chips are too hard.
You know how easy it is to cut a square?
because they're made out of chocolate.
Do you know how easy it is to
Look
cut
at
a
it, soften
square
it up.
instead of a circle? It's a lot easier. So thanks for my parent company for doing that. Ping.
The more you know. All right, boys.
They're mobile.
I think that's all for us. You guys take it easy. Thanks for coming out. I will see you. We will see you again next week. Peace.
Yeah.
Out.
Peace. Wu-Tang.